Welcome folks, welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Today we're gonna start work on the $500 Fiat. So let's take a look what I got for it. Do you remember that rust that I showed you? We have a donor part that we will be cutting apart, and we will be taking this whole section with the inner structure of this car, and we will be putting it on that our blue one. The other thing we got is this catalytic converter. Do you remember that we had a check engine light? I do not have code reader. I bought one Chinese, but before that I went to my friend's mechanic shop and they diagnosed that the catalytic converter is bad. So we grabbed one of the catalytic converters used, so hopefully that one's good. And last but not least, we have a nice black low mileage interior to put in the car. So nice seats, nice texture, nice everything. So that, but I forgot one thing to buy. I forgot to buy the broken sun visor. We will have to deal with that later. But the things that I got are not ending here. Let's take a look back. We got more goodies. I've got this Makita drill. I got it as a present for Christmas. Then we have a jack. And in this box, let's open it up. We should have more stuffage. Packed air, more air, but we have a headlight restoring kit. We have jack stands, and voila, we have a tripod. So let's test this tripod out. So how can you see me there? It's my first time buying the tripod, so hopefully I bought a tripod where you can see something. So now let's unbox the Makita drill and I will tell you what I'm going to do with it. Alrighty, so what's hiding in here? Let's take a look. Got a zip tie. Cut it off, bam, like this. Oh, and we've got ourselves a drill. So what we will be doing here is that we will drill all the spot welds, like this one for example. And what we want to do is that we want to drill just the first layer of metal, and then we will be separating this outer skin. That's one done, a lot more to go. Okay, and I drilled every spot weld that I could see. I don't see them here, so I will probably have to grind some of that plastic or rubber coating off so I can see them better. But as you can see, we drilled them. Now I'm going to try and separate the panel. I will see if I need bigger a bit or something like that. This is not how to, guys. I'm doing this for the first time in my life, so, and I am YouTube certified mechanic, so do not trust what I do. So let's take a look at what we can do with this thing. So while I messed with that donor part for 2 hours, I brought the rust bucket here. So now let's take a look at it. I was poking in there with my hand. This is what came out, and here, I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, well, that's not the best thing in the world. So I will go over with the grinding wheel, and we will see if we can find and how far up we can find a good metal. So let's take a look at it. Alright, so we need the metal to here. So let's let's cut it. Alright, so the pile is getting bigger, the hole is getting bigger, as you can see. Even the inner structure is gone. This car should be really in the crusher, but I hope we can save it. I'm done for today because I ran out of the grinding discs, of the cutting disc I mean. So I need to get some more. I broke the sawzall blade, so I'm out of here today. Tomorrow I will be back. Alright, so we got this donor part all sliced up or open up, and I cut out the pieces that we are gonna be needing, and now we are in process of welding those parts in. I didn't show you this because it took me literally like day and a half to get this inner structure and outer structure out. The inner structure is fine, the outer structure is was bare. So let's take a look at the car. So, and here we are. Here is the pile. Some of this is the donor parts. This and this are the donor parts, but the rest is the pile that we cut out. And here is the cut out thing, as you can see. And I already welded this piece in, so that's welded in. Now we need to weld the inner structure and the outer skin. The outer skin will be difficult. I don't know how to trace this and how to make the lines transfer to the donor skin. That will be very difficult. So now we need to weld in the inner structures and then the outer skin. Then we will be painting. Alright, and here's the final result. So for the first time, I don't think that's really that bad. I burned through on a couple places where the metal was too thin, and I have a little step right here that we will have to fill in with a Bondo, because as I was welding it, the heat put a little bit pressure on this metal and it a little bit twisted, because I have it good right here, but I have, as you can see, a little fingertip gap right here. So we will just fill it with Bondo and blend it in. The bottom part we will do with that flexible body putty, and as well as the rear, as you can see, the patch welded in there. So now I need to clean it up a bit, degrease it, and then we will putty over the welds and stuff. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's scuff the places where the Bondo will be. Alright, so with those area nice and scuffed, we will go over with a paper towel and let's get the imperfections and the dirt off of this thing. Now let's take the degreaser, degrease it, and then we can start mixing the Bondo. I'm using a brake cleaner for the degreasing. Just spray it down nice. And let it dry out. So this is what you're going to see. It's not the proper way to mix Bondo, it's not a proper way to put on the Bondo. But it is a cheapskate's version of putting on the Bondo. So I have the Bondo right here, and we are going to open the can. And I'm going to take out the amount that I think I'm going to need. Like so. Maybe a little more. And then we were going to put on a bead of hardener. Your bead should be as long as your pile of Bondo is, and you should now really work that stuff in, but I'm going to just mix it with a screwdriver. So don't do this at home, this is not the proper way. You should have a spade or something and you should work it like in the motion for left and forth. But I'm going to mix it this way, so I think we are about ready to put it on the car. So let's focus on the car now. And we are going to start in the areas where we need the most filler. And that's it. That's our pile of putty. Then we will sand it down after it's dry, and then we will shoot this thing with some paint. Alright, so that's cured overnight. We are gonna go over with the sander, the eccentric sander that I bought for the Peugeot project. And after we sand this, if we don't have any low spots or something like that, then it's the waiting game, because I need to order that flexible putty, that flexible silicone-like material, and also the gaskets for this. And I want to check the suspension because the alignment is a little bit off, your steering wheel is a little cocked, so we need to check the suspension if we do not have any play, which we have some play in it, but it's not horrible, I think. I don't hear any clunking when we are going over the bumps. So let's get this sanded, and then let's order some parts for this. Okay, we got the Panda back again in the air. We got this all nice and sanded, awesome smooth, and now we need to clean this off with water. And I wanted to use a pressure washer, but my tanks with water are frozen. The winter has come finally, so we need to make do with what we have. We will clean this off, dry it with the heat gun, and then we will apply the elastic putty on those parts down there and here. So let's get the water that's not frozen, that's inside the building, out. Let's clean it. I will not show everything because I don't want to get snow on my camera. So I will see you when this is all done. Alright, I got the Panda staged inside. I moved the Peugeot a bit, and we are currently in the stage of priming this rocker cover. I have a first coat of primer on it, so I think the last thing to do here is to get the second 2 coats, then unmask it, sand it, and then we will try to blend in the blue paint. If you're wondering where you can find your color code on the Fiat Pandas, when you open the trunk, it's right here on the trunk lip of the hatch, on the lip of the hatch. So I will probably end this episode right here, and I will see you in the upcoming episode where this is all painted and we will be focusing on the engine. So that's going to be it for this bodywork episode on the Panda build. And if you like this, please subscribe, like, share the video. All those things help the channel to grow, and I really want to share my life with somebody else. So let's make this channel great, shall we? I will see you in the next one. Bye. And this video is not completely over yet. So as you can see, there is the final result. I think you can't tell the difference in the paint and everything. It's a little bit dirty because I'm daily driving this, but I think this came out really good. So in the next episode we will tear into the engine. Bye.